Take a look at this headline. It reads, "Call Biden Democrats' agenda exactly what it is, just plain crazy." Liz Peek wrote that, and good for us. She joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Liz. All right.
Good morning,
lay it out
Ashley.
for us. What do you mean by that? Yeah, good morning.
Well, these are words that Sarah Huckabee Sanders used to describe the Democrats' agenda, and I think they were incredibly valuable. Americans need to know that they're not alone in thinking that what Democrats are doing to our country is completely crazy. Letting boys compete in girls' sports is crazy. Letting criminals walk off with hundreds of dollars in merchandise time after time and not arresting them is crazy. Allowing these homeless encampments to spring up all over our country, it's just crazy, actually. And here's the thing. We all have gotten used to this. We've gotten used to Stanford University coming out and saying the word American is no longer appropriate. These are not normal things. These are crazy things. And I really think it's time that all of us got emboldened to say, no, we don't believe this. We don't believe in what you're doing at the border, letting our immigration laws basically lapse entirely. These are wrong. We don't think it's appropriate to let people in the country illegally vote in our local elections, as they just voted to do in Washington, D.C. This is nut stuff. And good for Sarah Huckabee Sanders for coming out and telling it like it is. This has to be the theme going forward. Republicans have to be bold enough to say, this is crazy. The Democrats are great on messaging, Ashley. As you know, they talk about MAGA extreme Republicans all the time. Okay, we should be talking about the crazy Democrats. And you know what? I think it's resonating. A lot of people are shifting away, self-identifying less and less as liberal and very liberal. Let's have more of that.
Yes, amen to that. Liz, I want to get your thoughts on this. Former White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain is calling out people who are doubting President Biden's 2024 run. He says, quote, "Donald Trump in 2016 beat every comer in the Republican Party. He beat them all and then beat Hillary Clinton. There's only one person who's ever beaten Donald Trump, and his name is Joe Biden. The people who have doubts about his candidacy better have a damn good answer, excuse my language, for who is going to beat Donald Trump other than Joe Biden." All right, Liz, is Joe Biden the only person who can beat Trump?
Well, I think Ron Klain is living in the past, and he is also ignoring the fact that the 2020 election was a one-off. Joe Biden never campaigned. He wasn't made to go out of his basement and meet with reporters and meet with crowds. He can't do it, Ashley. I think Ron is looking backwards, not forwards. Right now, the polling suggests it's a pretty dead heat between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. A lot of Republicans don't want Trump to run. They don't think he's their best candidate. They think anybody other than Donald Trump can certainly beat Joe Biden. In the case of Democrats, they don't want Joe Biden to run. So we'll see.
It's interesting. Nikki Haley, of course, just announced. A lot of people looking at Ron DeSantis. We say this a lot, but it's true. The Republicans have a very strong bench, right? Yeah,
they sure do. And we're going to see more people come out and declare candidacy. Obviously, Mike Pompeo is out there. Obviously campaigning for the office. Mike Pence is going to be stepping up. There are a lot of very good, strong Republicans. Tim Scott is another one. And I think Glenn Youngkin is probably the dark horse in the race. I loved Glenn Youngkin. He's a great candidate. So we'll see who actually prevails in the primaries. I'm not sure it's going to be Donald Trump. I think Ron DeSantis right now has the edge.
He certainly does. But one thing we learned in the midterms, and to your point earlier, Liz, it's all about messaging. The Democrats are just better at it. What lessons did Republicans learn in the midterms that they can change for the 2024 election?
Look, I think they have to speak to the real concerns of Americans. And a lot of those concerns they did talk about in the midterms. I think the abortion issue, unfortunately, sidelined what were genuine concerns about inflation and the fact that Democrats are insisting on spending even more money, running up even more national debt, even as inflation is still above 6%. They're very concerned. Americans are concerned also about immigration as one of their top issues. Republicans are solid on that. But also, Ashley, I think that there's a dark horse candidate in Glenn Youngkin. The dark horse issue is education. Everybody wants their kids to have a good schooling experience and be able to move up the rung of opportunities in America. Democrats don't provide that, and Republicans increasingly are proving that they can.
Despite all the craziness, there's a voice of sanity, Liz Peek. Liz, great to have you here this morning.
You.
Do appreciate it, as always. Thank you, Liz.